Hey guys, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu in Decatur. We're going to do kind of a wrap-up Q&A session from our 3-day seminar weekend here in Decatur with me, Brandon McCaghren, and then we got the Barncat right here, and then Sean Bollinger. So if you've got a question, if you've got a question for any of us, specifically about 10th Planet techniques or strategies, theories.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, I'm not so good on the conspiracy theories, but I'll try. I bet Sean can handle it.
Just life in general.
Or just grappling techniques in general. Yeah, or just some life questions. We don't
want those answers from me.
We could help out. So there you go. Please subscribe. That's helpful to me. There's a red subscribe button underneath for some of you. Otherwise, there might be a blue subscribe button up here on the top right. I think I'm in the right spot. Up here on the top right. You can hit that, and that would be helpful. And then, tag a friend, tag a homie, if you will, in the comments section. Can you address less flexible issues? Like how to get more flexible? Is that what you're asking, Ryan? Jeremiah Macy says, how are you fellas doing this evening? I'm doing rather well, I would say. Strong to quite strong.
We just ate some sushi, so I'm doing awesome.
I'm doing great.
Wait, now say it.
I'm doing great.
All right, there we have it.
That was easy.
Yeah, all right, next question.
Keep those easy questions coming.
Address the less flexible. Be more specific with us, Ron, and we'll be more than happy to help if we can. Oh, shoot, Ruben Rivera joined. We got black belts watching, y'all. Sit up, back right. Sit up, back right. Sean has a great beard. That's an excellent statement of fact, not a question, though.
Who asked that one?
Logan Gonzalez. Brad Edmondson. So posted on the forum about this, but this is perfect. And I just spit right at the camera. I lost the arm a couple times going from the shoulder clinch to the finish on the twister. Any tips for getting that arm trap when I go to hand fight and grab the head? Hey, I got something on that. What's up, Ruben Rivera?
2 hands on the shoulder.
Yeah, I'll show you. I can show you how I do it, or you want to go. You're the black belt, man. So why don't you take it?
When they limp arm out
of the twister?
When you're trying to put your hand behind their head?
Yeah, he kind of loses the arm when he's going for that final movement on the twister. Looks like. Also, you guys are all killers for this, and thank you. Michael James says, nice to meet you guys this weekend. All right, you ready, dude?
Yeah, you might have
we'll both answer it if it's different answers.
So we're here. Head goes behind the head. What I like to do instead of looking to get behind the head here and reach from there, I like to sit up, and the first thing I look for is to try and cup his shoulder with both of my hands, like this. Then Eddie was doing something where you would hold the shoulder real close to you, and then you move up to the top of his head.
Yeah.
Like this. And instead of getting behind their neck, you're just pulling the ear into the shoulder. But that's what I always did, because I've had the same problem. This is the question. When you're
What's
here
up, Phil Schwartz?
And you're looking to reach, they limp arm out. They turn away and limp arm out.
Yeah, probably. That's probably the issue.
I've had that problem too. So one thing that helped me is just aiming for as I sit up to try and cup the shoulder with both hands. And then from here I can still hold on to the shoulder as I continue reaching if I still want to go underneath the head, or I can just pull the ear into their shoulder.
I can show you what I do. Yeah. So, you guys, if I miss you, what's up, Phil? If I miss your question, just ask it again if we don't get around to it. So, come here.
How do I double tap it?
Flipped around the wrong way.
So got mug.
Just right here. Flip up. Okay, that'll work. We'll go that way then. All right, so bang and bang. All right, so what I do is once I go, if I'm going to go for my hands on the shoulders with the twister, I always triangle this leg to the floor and stomp it right here. All right, so once I go here now, what I'll do is I'll trade this one to hold and this one to grab the shoulder first. That way I could go here and lay on it for a second. Does that make sense? So I'll go one, stomp, lift my hip, and grab that shoulder right there. And now that gives me a control on the shoulder so she can't pull it out.
No.
No, there's no way. I say no way. But really my first move is the wrist lock right there. I like the wrister. That's my favorite move.
The wrister.
Yeah. Bam. Catch that. And that gets I would say 95% of my taps from this position come from here rather than twister itself. It's the most anticlimactic finish in all of jiu-jitsu. Like you think something cool's coming in and you just get wrist pressed. Here, real trick to it for me is to stomp the floor with that figure four and lift my hip and catch with this one first. So she's already getting pressure in her back now.
Yep.
Now I can lay on her here. And now I sit up and work my way up high. And now it's just toast from here. So cradle, cradle, and just hold the baby. Hold the baby. Don't kiss the baby. And the more I drive my hip, the more vicious the lock gets.
That's my winter pad.
That's my holiday muscle, baby. All right, cool. Oh, thank you, Marcos. Marcos has been sharing it like crazy. All right, so I probably missed a bunch of... Thank you, Brad. Did I miss a bunch of questions? Oh, 147 live viewers. 104. Yeah, so like I said, we're at 10th Planet Decatur. Please subscribe either here with that red button or right up here with that little blue button. It might be over here. And then tag somebody in the comment section that you think might be interested in this Q&A. We can go for 30 minutes, so we got about 23 minutes left. Brad Edmondson, y'all ever rock them up using your legs to get on their head? Yeah, for sure, Ruben. That used to be what Eddie would be like. Rock to two. He'd rock him to two, right? Yeah, rock to two. Beowulf, how would Sean address passing the guard when Brandon is using the frames we've been working on from the bottom? Well, you train here. We'll talk when you get here. Dirty sucker. But I love you, Beowulf. So there was another. I'm going to scroll backwards just a second and find this other question. Well, oh, Jeremy Surratt's watching. I like that dude too. I'm having a hard time. Is Enrique Crespo? Hard time trying to get on my side while I'm in New York. So Barncat, this might be a good question for you. Hard time trying to get on my side while I'm in New York. I usually get stuck flat on my back and try to work the basic path, but I often lose it when doing the Kung Fu move. Help. Oh, shoot, the Jiu-Jitsu podcast is watching. What's up? Hey, we had a Open Mat podcast was watching a little earlier, Paul from
So
Open
the
Mat.
question was New York?
Yeah, he's having trouble catching a good angle when he's in New York.
Okay, so if I just do this, for once you could have put her hand back, but I'm stuck here. And if I ever get completely flat, then I would switch sides or something else. But what you have to understand about the angle is I want my butt a little bit off the mat. So while I might commit like I'm trying to go this way, and she's gonna put me back on the mat, but this is not hit the mat, so I'm all good. And this is helping, this foot on the hip.
Yeah, that's big.
That's huge, and that's one reason why I quit doing too much of this. That's what I discussed. And if you watched my, Brandon had me on Periscope earlier, I did some other stuff instead. By the way, if I had that, I can use this in the same way.
Oh yeah, let me say that about Periscope right quick. If you're not following me on Periscope, it's Brandon_MC. We just did Barncat's entire advanced rubber guard seminar live on Periscope. It'll be up for 24 hours, so go check it out.
And if you liked it, check out Brian Debes on Facebook. Mention me. Say it wasn't garbage. Okay, so yeah, that's to me that's the secret. I need to never get all the way flat. If you manage to all the way flatten me, I would give up and do something else. Like, oh, that looks like great opportunities I have now here. That arm used to be there. I'll use that for something. But I'm keeping this engaged, and it can't touch all the way. I'm good with this still. I just don't, that's weak. The muscles in play changed. This is good. Right now, to show it, I have my hand on the mat, but that's usually on you, on your hip.
That's a foot, just for the record.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So here.
They feel like hands.
So this helps too, like a collar tie. So everything in play. If I have different things in play, that would be helping. So it really, I won't advance. I won't do anything else. If I have that, I'll reset. If I don't have that, and somebody else was talking about flexibility issues. That's also the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're trying to do a whole bunch of rubber guards like this, like I used to be pretty flexible. I've lost some, had a bunch of injuries and quit stretching in that time. I won't do anything flat. I think it's bad mechanics anyway. So that takes some flexibility. This really doesn't.
Makes your leg like longer too when you get your hip up that side.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
and you know, when you're on your side too, go here. We hold this for a 2nd. So go to your side there. So here's what I tell the guys here. If you're gonna pull in your rubber guard here, or come inside his guard, Lee. So let's just say you grab just New York here. Just grab New York, but be flat when you grab New York. Okay. So
feels wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, just stay though. You can hold New York while you're flat. Okay, so if your emphasis is on this, you're pulling on the end of a lever that attaches to your knee.
That's why I said didn't want to be here.
Yeah, this joint is meant to go this way. It's a hinge joint. But if you will hug the knee, or what is it? Yeah, hug the knee and make that your point of emphasis, even if you're flat.
If I ended up here, I would even go here first.
Yes.
If I needed to.
So let me show you what I'm talking about. So now I'm flexible enough, I can just throw it straight up and it's not a problem for me. But if she were, say, Spangler and we're trying to like explode out, this would be bad on my knee, and this is where people get hurt, right? So what I'm looking to do, instead of pulling on a lever that attaches to a joint that was never meant to go this way, what I do is I pull on this lever which attaches to my hip. My hip is a ball and socket joint, so even if I'm flat on my back, I'm not letting my foot go beyond the range of my knee now. So the emphasis is here, right? And I think that's why I started getting into the meat hook game so much, because the angles I don't have to worry so much about the regular rubber guard angles. I'm off playing these angles all the time. So that's my answer for flexibility, by the way, is don't have it. Like don't worry too much. Just go this way, like don't let me go to my side. You ready? Don't let me go. And I'm good now.
I think you need to be doing both, because if you watch me, I'm completely always hugging the knee in like that, like he's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm also doing that. I think you have to do that.
Team answer. What else you got? When y'all get out my face.
So I was asking how to stay safe from darces and Japanese necktie from when they're playing lockdown.
Oh, I got a good answer. I'd like to see what else y'all think, though.
Well, like the boa. What's that called?
The boa, the clinch from the bottom.
Well, like one of the first like lockdown sweeps people learn is like the old school, or doing your footwork the right way to get up to dogfight. And here, Barncat.
No problem, Enrique.
With the old school, I'll keep the body up a little bit. Anytime I'm reaching for this underhook, whether I'm on my shoulder or my elbow, when my hands are separated, when I'm reaching for an underhook and my hands are separated, you are, the darce and Japanese necktie are there. And he doesn't need to even go full darce. The Japanese necktie, all he needs is that 3/4 grip. Yeah. And, you're in trouble there for sure. But one thing that Eddie started having guys do is the second you get on your side and you reach for this underhook, you keep your hands together. What that does is, by keeping my hands together, my bottom arm like reinforces the top arm, so that he can't punch his arm far enough through to make any of those grips work. So practicing good footwork from You know, the same footwork you'd do from old school or to get up to dogfight. You know, where you pick the leg up. You know, all those steps, if you can do that with your hands together, you know, it'll stop that top arm from punching through. One thing, I'm sure there's other answers as far as like how to deal with that, but one thing I feel like it is kind of hard to do your footwork when you do have your hands together like this. One thing you got to make sure you do is try to make sure you get your chest tilted down to the ground before you try and do your footwork, get up to your knees.
That's a huge detail.
Yeah, when your hands are together, a lot of times your back will be tilted to the mat. So what I do is almost like pull them on top of me, pull my shoulder back, and adjust my grip. You know, so I slowly like inch around to the side, so I get my chest like tilted down towards the mat. Okay, then from here, you know, middle leg lets go. This leg walks down, I leg curl, kick the bottom leg free. I gotta be able to get all the way up to my knees with my hands together. You know, so that's a good like basic way of kind of dealing with that problem. Get you into dogfight, but you know, that's a start. It's a start. You got anything, Brendan?
Yeah, I can show you what I do. Of course, I definitely do that. Let me use you, you big, strong son of a gun. Yeah, just in half guard. I don't even have you locked down now. All right, so as I play the underhook, you can start pressing forward. Right, so do you see the position of my arm here? How I've got kind of this underhook that's neither high nor low. It's just kind of in the middle, which means it's kind of garbage, really, to me. And he's going around. He's in front of my shoulder here, so he can bend my arm and make me try to drag it back inside. That's how he hits the darce. Right, so back up just a little bit. If his shoulder pressure is on the low side of my arm, he's able to generate the leverage to bend that. It makes me want to turn it to the inside, and that's how he locks up the darce. And now I got to have like some darce survival game, which is a different thing, but it's a good thing to have. All right, so what I want to do instead is I want to get his shoulder pressure on the high side of my shoulder. And the way that I do that is, this is a trick I learned from Elio Seneca. He calls it the light bolt. He said, how are you going to screw in the light bolt? I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to put the light bolt. All right, so look, I just go here. Now, what I want you to do is, A, stop me from doing that, and then B, once you're unsuccessful with your big muscles, then I want you to try to get the darce from there while I just defend with one arm and do the Barncat. Like that. Okay, ready? So see how I turn it, go past. You see?
Just like the
you
back
can
of
cut your knee through at any point, right? Sure, if you want me to get to my knees, you can.
Yeah. Right.
So
You put like the back of your hand on there.
yeah, I'm just reaching for, not vertically, so I'm not going this way, I'm going here. So I say not vertically. It is vertical if I'm sitting up like this, but when I'm here, I'm not going to the ceiling. I'm going past him here. Can you do anything with that? Go. Yeah, there you go. You can leave, I guess. That's a pretty good idea. So now come back, and we'll start from this lockdown this time. And once, so now play. Oh, I won. Just don't let me do anything to you. Don't let me do anything to you. Don't let me do anything. What if I get up? And you just get up with the same style of footwork, but now I got a little hand to give me a quick assist. Of course, I don't want to base out and let him come over with that 100%. That would be unfortunate. Right. If he presses back in at all, now it's a free ride for him. So that would be my answer to that question. Of course, this is a big part of the game too, especially if you want to go like old school or electric chair. But if you're just looking to come up to dogfight, this seems really, really easy for me.
Light bulb.
Like watch, which you San Francisco can. Them's the deets. That's what Stephen Mitchell said the other verse. That's great. The deet whisperer. All right, we got 10 minutes left maybe. You guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe either here, or it might be here or here, depending on which version of the Facebook Live you're looking at. And that helps. We like that when you do that. That's your way of saying thank you for all the free stuff. All right, so anybody else got any other questions? Oh, we might cut it short then. We got 250 viewers. I don't want to leave them just hanging. Say what? Jet Li closed the door. Just leave and close the door. All right. Tips for prison guard. I thought he said Jet Li closed the door. Can you guys go through some tips for prison guard? What do y'all got on prison guard?
I can do it.
Yeah, I can do it. I don't do it too much. We might skip that one. No, you got something?
Yeah, that's fine.
I know Eddie's really good at that jump. He slapped me in the mouth with it last time I rolled with him.
I will mess with it a little bit. I'm not the best in the world at this, but if I have double underhooks here, and I'm looking to, I can't get sweeps, I'm looking to go to full guard. So a lot of times what I'm gonna try first is get this near foot on the hip, not the far one. So if I got this near foot on the hip, when I really wanna do that, so I do this slow, and when normal people or good grapplers get elevated, so they're here, they're all spread out, and as soon as I settle you back down, you're here, and then you bring it back in. But there's a moment where, so they're out there, and then I'm coming through, so it's a little bit easier to put that foot on the hip now. So I've got the foot up, the near foot on the hip. Now, I'm gonna use that to make it a little bit angle, and I'm gonna lose the far underhook. So it's back of the underhook hand facing me. This one's in like rubber guard. So by the way, there is rubber guard transitions here, and that's usually what I'm looking at. If you want to play regular prison guard, you keep this, you stay on your side. I look to get taller than her, my head is higher, now I'm here. Now you got all sorts of great things. I actually have one where I'm here, a lot of times the person is trying to go power on top of me now. So I like that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that sweep.
So Eddie likes a swim move there. Swim move's great. The back take is fine. So here, lose the far underhook. Most people whizzer here. So when they whizzer here, get it on my side, taller, arch, taller, arch. Here, curl in. So if she won't power on top, I can still maybe hook. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Oh, look, I'm on this side. Gonna be mounted with this gift wrap. Might end here. This is a really great position for me. Better subs here than from the back generally. So, did that kind of answer your question?
I believe so, yeah.
What I do for trying to think, I like the other leg on the. See, I'm like this. I try to scoop my hip out towards like the underhook, and then I'll just put that grip in and just put this leg in first. And I feel like I leave this leg out. So it's interesting that you're using this foot.
Well, you're doing the same thing I'm doing with that butterfly. If you just had this over my back, not foot on the hip, just a far foot on the hip, I can square you, and you can't do this wizard grip break.
Right.
So you can have both, but I have something here, and I'm not there. That's keeping you from doing crazy cartwheel things, and that's the leverage. You're doing like a different version of it.
Yeah, see, I like to go here, and then yeah, same thing, push into them. When I get taller, I like to use my shoulder too, like I'm pushing with my shoulder as I hip into them and bring my head up. But yeah, that's what I do. I like to, so say I'm like over under, I'll sit towards my underhook, and then throw that foot on his hip before I fall all the way down. And use your hips, like push your hips into them, arch your back, use your shoulder and get that across.
So when I'm in that position, stay there again, Sean. When I'm in that position, when I'm ready to make either the swim move or the move to the back, what I do is I try to shuck him down my body towards my hips as I get taller and taller, and then I throw my leg up high, and like I'm locking him. Yep, like I'm locking him up underneath his armpit. Yeah. So like shuck him down with that that frame you've made,
This way?
as you rise up and then throw the leg. Yeah.
So like this stuff?
Yeah. Well, if he leaves the arm out lazy bones like that, then yeah.
Yeah, usually I use this stuff to just go to the back.
Yeah.
I got
Swim move from there all day if I get there. For me.
Yeah, I would just take the foot off the hip and put it in between his legs and try and
Yep.
get low this way.
Dude, Sean's got the baddest back game. Your back and armbar game is out of control, man. So anything he has to say about the back, you better pay attention. Somebody asked a question. Somebody asked me a electric chair. Yeah, so about the electric chair. Let me answer that right quick. So Lee, let me use you again.
Don't make it calf size.
No, I'm not going to submit you at all. So my answer to he said tips on getting the electric chair. My answer to that question is going to be based in principle rather than specific details. Because I think that if I can teach you a principle, I can improve all of your sweeping rather than just that one specific sweep. So here's how I want to answer that question. If I wanted to butterfly, let's say, stand up here. Okay. Give me your hands here. Look at, I got kids, so we do the little airplane helicopter game. If I try to lift her from here, even though she's much smaller than me, I'm not going to be very successful. Why?
Because all my weight is back here.
Well, your weight, your power is not over the top of my power, so I don't own it. So what I have to do is bring her power, which is her hips, over my power, and now she becomes very light, and I can hold her here all day with really no work whatsoever, right? So, and then if I want her to fall, what would I need to do?
Just take my power more
I
down.
just need to move out of the way. So I create a platform for her to stand on, and then I take the platform away so I could just take one of those feet out of the way and she would fall right off. Okay? So now just sit to your knees. Let's say it was butterfly guard was the question, which was one of the questions. Any tips for 3 minutes? All right, so if I want to sweep her in butterfly guard, I can try to like muscle her over here, but what I'd rather do is create a hole for her to fall in and then move my hips under her hips. And now if she presses forward at all here, so press, and I move, she'll fall right over. So that's not even a real move, but it's an answer to the question. So that is a real move. I use it all the time. I don't know why I said it wasn't. So electric chair, if I'm here and I try to like muscle her up and over, good luck. What I got to do is put my power under her power. So I'll move my hip underneath, and then I'll move it again. And now I've got her power underneath. And now I've got a place I'm going to create a place for her to fall by just moving my hip again. So principally, that's the way I would do it. Hope that makes sense. So right here, I'm going to push her so that she wants to go this way. Push. And then I move my hip out from underneath her. And then it's done. So hopefully I answered 2 questions at once right there. I think the stream's about to go, right?
You got 2 minutes. How about escape from Darce choke?
Escape from a locked-in Darce.
Yep.
Spangler. The answer to this, again, is principle. It's about framing here. So lock the Darce in. Oh, man, it's bad times, right? So I got to straighten my posture and make frames. Bend my head now. Bend it. Go ahead. All right, no, keep going. Now I'm going to show you. Look, I'm going to straighten my posture. So now look, that's there's a lot more details that we don't have time to do in 90 seconds, but really any kind of escape or defense against anything on my neck is all about posturing, and posturing is done not like this, and it's not done like this by straightening my back. If my hips move forward an inch, my neck has to go forward an inch. So I move my hips in direct correlation with my nose this way, and that's what creates good posture in every position.
Good stuff.
Hard answer. All right, that's it. Subscribe, tag somebody. We're going to leave this video up indefinitely.
Love you guys.
It'll be here available on my page for you guys to go back and watch anytime. Download it, whatever. It's available for you guys for free. We're just happy to give the content away. Thanks, guys.